Hello everyone. Today we will read the chapter number 1 of Geography, India size and location. So in this chapter we will read about what is the size of India and where it is located. So let's read the first paragraph. India is one of the ancient civilization in the world. It has achieved multifaceted socio-economic progress during the last 5 decades. It has moved forward, displaying remarkable progress in the field of agriculture, industry, technology, and overall economic development. India has also contributed significantly to the making of the world history. So, through this paragraph, we come to know that Indian civilization is one of the oldest civilization in the world, as it consists of the Harappan civilization, Mohenjo-daro, and we are well known about the Indus Valley civilization. And during the last 50 years, India has made remarkable progress in both social and economic spheres. If we are talking about the agriculture, we come to know about the terms green revolution as well as the white revolution. Industry, it means industrial development is also there. And then after that, technology, we know that we are assessing the technology these days as well as the earlier. Too much development is in technology and overall economic development. So due to these sectors development, economic development is also increasing, and India has also contributed significantly to the making of the world history. So now we come to the next concept, that is the location. So now we will read about where is India located. India is a vast country lying entirely in the northern hemisphere. Figure 1.1. Yes, students, if we are looking at the figure 1.1, we can see that the India is marked with the yellow color, and you can see that it is above the equator. So that is why it is situated in the northern hemisphere, and the mainland extends between the latitudes 8 degree 4 minutes north and 37 degrees 6 minutes north, and longitudes 68 degrees 7 minutes east and 97 degree 25 minutes east. For this concept, we have to look at the map of India. If we are looking at the map of India, you can see that at the south of India, you can see there is a 8 degree 4 minutes is indicated, as you have seen in the south of India, and it extends up to the 37 degree 6 minutes. That is a longitudinal line is there. And if we are talking about the east and west, if we are looking at the west part of the country, so you can see that at Gujarat it is 68 degree 7 minutes, and up to Arunachal Pradesh it is having the 97 degree 25 minutes east. So that is why it is having the latitudinal line. Now if we are looking at the Tropic of Cancer, it also divides, which is situated at the 23 degree 30 minutes north, divides the country almost into the two equal parts. To the southeast and the southwest of the mainland lie the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea respectively. So once again look at the map of India, and we can see that the Tropic of Cancer, which is at 23 degree and 30 minutes north, divides the country into the almost two equal parts. You are looking in between of the India, and then in the middle of the India. Then after that, if we are looking at the southeast, there is a Andaman and Nicobar Island, and they are situated in the Bay of Bengal. And if we are looking at the southwest of the our country, so there are Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands as well. So there are Lakshadweep Islands only. So they are in Arabian Sea. So we are able to understand about this concept. So in the last, as you have seen in the southern tip, which is at 8 degree 4 minutes, there is also the Indra Point, and which got submerged under the sea water in 2004 in tsunami. So I think that this concept is clear. Now we come to the next point, that is the size. So now we will read about what is the size of India. The landmass of India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometer. So and India's total area accounts for the 2.4% of the total geographical area according to the world. So, through this paragraph, we come to know that if you are talking about the total land mass of India, it is 3.28 million square kilometer, and if we are talking according to the world geographical area, so it is having the 2.4 kilometers. So now 2.4%, sorry. So from the figure 1.2, it is clear that India is the 7th largest country in the world. And if you are looking at the figure of India, at the 1.2 figure that is given also at this page, you can see that India is the 7th largest country in the world. And India has a land boundary of about 15,200 kilometer, and the total length of the coastline of the mainland including Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep Island is 7,516.6 kilometer. So through these lines we come to know that India's land boundary is about 15,200 kilometer. And if we are talking about the coastline, along with the coastline of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands, the total area is covered through this one. So that is 7,516.6 kilometer. Now we come to the next paragraph. India is bounded by the Young Fold Mountains in the northwest. So if we are looking at the northwest areas as well as the northeast, you can see number of the Young Fold Mountains are there. Himalayas are also there. So some south of the 22 north latitude, it begins to taper. And when we come to the nearby the Tropic of Cancer, that is at the 22° north latitude, we can see that it begins to be taper and extends towards to the Indian Ocean. And Indian Ocean, if we are looking at the triangular area of the India at the south, we can see that it is dividing the seas, Indian Ocean, into the two parts. In the other one part there is a Arabian Sea that is situated on the west, and on the east there is Bay of Bengal on its east side. So now we come to the figure 1.3 also. Noted that latitudinal and longitudinal extent of the mainland is about 30°. Despite this fact that east-west extent appears to be smaller than the north-south extent. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of the 2 hours. So as we have seen the map of India, and we have seen there are the number of the latitudes and longitudes. Yes, students, you already read about this one. The rectangular area or the square area formed by longitudinal as well as the latitudes. So these forms the grid. So here we can see that when we are passing one grid to another, it takes the 4 minutes. So hence time along the standard meridian of India 82.30° east passing through the Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh, and is taken as the standard time for the whole country. The latitudinal extent influences the duration of the day and the night, because obviously when we are moving from the one place to another, the time limit is also different because of the duration of the passing through the grid also, as one move from the north to south. So now we come to the next concept, that is the India and the world. Now we will read the next paragraph, India and the world. The Indian landmass has a central location between the East and the West Asia. India is the southward extension of the Asian continent. The Trans-Indian Ocean, trans means double bond, Indian Ocean routes which connect the countries of Europe in the west and the countries of the East Asia provide a strategic central location to India. Note that Deccan Peninsula protrudes, it means the extension from, into the Indian Ocean, thus helping the India to establish close contact with the West Asia, Africa and Europe from the western coast, and with the southeast and the East Asia from the eastern coast. No other country has a long coastline on the Indian Ocean as India has. Indeed, it Indeed, it is India's eminent position in the Indian Ocean which justifies the naming of the ocean after it. So, through this paragraph, we come to know that India occupies the greater part of the South Asia. We all know that. It has a central location between the East and the West Asia. The Indian landmass is a southward extension to the continent of the Asia. The trans-Indian Ocean routes which connect the countries of Europe in the west and the countries of the east, Asia provide a strategic central location to India. We know that India is located at the central location, which through which it can contact to the east as well as the western countries. The Deccan Peninsula extends towards the Indian Ocean and helping the India to establish the close contacts with the West Asia, Africa and Europe from the western coast and with the Southeast and the East Asia from the eastern coast. So, India has a longer coastline on the Indian Ocean as compared to other countries. So, this wonderful position is the reason which justifies the name of the Indian Ocean after this country, which is known as Indian Ocean. So, now we will read the next concept, India's contacts with the world. India's contacts with the world have continued through the ages, but her relationships through the land routes are much older than her maritime contacts. This various passes across the mountains in the north has provided passages to the ancient travelers, while the oceans restricted such interaction for a long time. So, yes students, if we are looking at that, in the past, India's contacts with the world have continued through the ages, but its relationships through the land routes are much older than its maritime contacts. Because if we are looking at the northeast and the north side of India, so number of the passes are there like Nathula, Shipikila and Bomdila. And so that is why number of the passengers they are coming, number of the travelers those who are coming to India and they are making their trade relations here. And if we are talking about the maritime contacts, they due to the opening of the Suez Canal, that is in 1869, so that is why the India's distance from the Europe, which has been reduced the 7,000 kilometers, so that is not a old one. So various, so as we know that the travelers who are coming coming to India through the different passes, they are not able to come through the oceans because this oceans, vast oceans restricted such interaction for a long time. So, now we come to the next paragraph. These routes have contributed in the exchange of the ideas and commodities since ancient times. The ideas of Upanishads and Ramayana and the stories of Panchtantra, the Indian numeral and the decimal system thus could reach many parts of the world. The spices, muslin here means the cloth, and other merchandise were taken from India to the different countries. On the other hand, the influence of the Greek sculpture and the architectural styles of the dome and minarets from West Asia can be seen in the different parts of the country. So, this paragraph is very important because we come to know that there was not the exchange of the commodities, but there was the exchange of the ideas as well as the culture and tradition also, because the number of the ideas that are related to the Upanishads, Ramayanas as well as the stories of Panchtantra, and if we are talking about the Indian numeral system and the decimal system, so through the travelers it reached to the many parts of the world. And if we are talking about the Indian spices, Indian muslin cloth and other products which were taken from India and to the different parts of the world. So this also influences, this also nourishes the Indian culture. On the other hand, if we are talking about the Greek sculpture and other architectural styles of the dome like that arc shape of the structure of the temples or religious temples like that, gurdwaras or mosques, as well as the uh, other structures are, and minarets from the West Asia can be seen in the different parts of the country. So now we are coming to the next concept, that is India's neighbor. Now let's read. India occupies an important strategic position of South Asia. India has 29 states and 7 union territories. If we are looking at the figure 1.5, that is associated with the India map, political map, we can see that it is having the strategic position, that is very important position in the South Asia. And we all know that India is having a 29 states, 20 and 7 union territories. India shares its land boundaries with Pakistan, Afghanistan. If we are looking at the northwest of the India, we can see that the Pakistan as well as Afghanistan is there. And then we are talking about the China, Tibet, Nepal and Bhutan in the north, and Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east. And in our south, our neighbors are that is the 2 island countries, namely the Sri Lanka and Maldives. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel of sea formed by the Pak Strait and the Gulf of Mannar, while Maldives Island are situated to the south of Lakshadweep Islands. So India has had strong geographical and historical link with her neighbors from the past times. So I think you are able to understand this chapter very well. Thank you. Now we will do the activities that are associated with the chapter. So now we will discuss about the activities that are given at the page number 2 and page number 4 also. So first question at the page number 2 is why 80 to 30 minutes east has been selected as a standard meridian of India. Yes students, if as we have looked at the map of India, we saw that from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag, a period of time of about the 2 hours. Hence, the time along the standard meridian of India is 82 degree 30 minutes east. Passing through the Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh is taken as the standard time of the whole country. And if we are taking the other different regions of the India which have the different times, which would create the problems. So to have one common standard time for the whole country, this has been selected and called the Indian Standard Time. So next is, why is the difference between the day and the night durations hardly felt at Kanyakumari but not in Kashmir? Yes students, so through this question we can see that the axis of rotation of the earth is tilted at 23.5 degree to the perpendicular, and the circle of illumination of the earth varies from the summer to winter. As the equator, it doesn't cause any time difference between the day and night throughout the year, but north and the south of it, the duration vary. Kanyakumari is close to the equator, and while Kashmir is far away. So this difference is felt in Kashmir in winter or summer, but not in Kanyakumari. So let's come to the page number 4. There are 4 questions are given. First of all, we will discuss about the first question. Find out the number of union territories along with the western and the eastern coast. So first of all, we will talk about the western coast. The number of the union territories are Lakshadweep, then is Daman and Diu, next is Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Mahe belongs to Pondicherry. And if you are talking about the eastern coast, there is a Pondicherry and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Next question is, find out the area which is the smallest and which is the largest state. So if we are considering about the largest state, so we can take Rajasthan, which is having the area of 3,42,239 square kilometer. And if we are talking about the Goa, it is considered as the smallest state because it is having the area of 3,702 square kilometers. Next question is, find out the states which do not have an international borders or lie on the coast. So states which don't have the international borders or lie on the coast, so we can consider our state also Haryana, then is Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Chhattisgarh. And the last question of this page or this page activity, classify the states into the 4 groups which each having the common frontiers with. So first of all, Pakistan. So if we are talking about the Pakistan is nearby the states, its boundary is attached with the states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. If you are talking about the China, then Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir, their borders also attached with the China. So next is Myanmar, the states associated with Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram also. Then if we are talking about the Bangladesh, so it attached or it's have the common frontiers with West Bengal, Assam, then Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Thank you so much.